her property diary.
Hello.
That's exciting. Hello.
It is exciting.
Yeah. Should we introduce ourselves so we know who's who?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go first then. I'm Becky from Headfirst Homes.
Okay, and I'm Jess from Montrose Property. I'm
Cool.
just crying here.
There's been a whole behind the scenes situation, but yeah.
But we're
fine.
good.
We're good.
Professional.
Yeah. But yeah, we started this, didn't we, so that we could have something that's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need to be too professional.
No, it's going to be authentic, definitely.
Yeah, raw. The ups and the downs.
Yeah, so that's actually why we started, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we couldn't find anyone that we could relate to. I swear, everyone does a podcast when it's like 10 years down the line and they're already millionaires.
Yeah, so we're doing it before we're a millionaire.
Yeah.
Which we will be, won't we?
Yeah. Everyone can get the true experience. When I'm on a yacht, then you'll see what I did to get there.
Yeah. So, and then we can sell it as a course.
That's another episode in itself.
Oh dear. So, yep, you're Becky, and you run Headfirst Homes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So, at the minute, for cash flow, we're offering property services. So, project management, property management.
Yep.
For other investors, but we're also looking for a flip for ourselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not an easy situation. Obviously, it's finding the right project. We're using bridging as well as investor finance. So obviously there's fees involved with that. Getting the right project that stacks isn't easy. So it's just viewing after viewing at the minute.
Yep.
But we'll get there. It's just a numbers game. Just got to keep going.
And that's why we've started this, because when was it? Probably a couple of weeks before Christmas, or was it beginning of December? I don't know.
I feel like it was beginning of December.
So we met up, we had a chat, or
Yeah.
I think I might have
But we
slid
knew
into
each
your
other
DMs.
before. Well, we knew each other before. It's not like you were a stranger.
Yeah. I did know you before, so that was nice. And then we didn't actually know. Well, I didn't really know that you were going into property or doing anything serious in property.
Same for you.
And then I just thought I would reach out to you because obviously I already knew you, and thought, well, it's good to network and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And then that conversation lasted a good few hours in a coffee shop that didn't sell coffee.
No. About sums it up, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
It was a great start all round.
Yeah, parking ran out in a coffee
Yeah.
shop that didn't sell coffee, but we stayed there for a good few hours.
Yeah.
Had a chat, and then then where did it go?
Honestly, I think we spent hours just chatting about like the realities of it, because obviously on social media it looks so easy.
Everyone likes to make it look easy.
Everyone likes to make out like they're doing amazingly, and the reality of it is not that. It's not glamorous, it's slow, and it's tedious.
Yep.
It'll be worth it, but it's not a quick property. Is just not quick at all in any sense.
No.
So yeah, it's a long game.
Yep.
So we were obviously ranting to each other about that and everything else that comes with property, all the education, and specifically women in property as well.
Yeah.
And then you said you still had podcast equipment from another podcast that you did.
Yep.
And we thought, why not? We may as well record our conversations and all of our rants to each other. Maybe it will help someone.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously it's quite good as well because we're both at the start.
Exactly, yeah.
Although we've been doing things and learning, going like on educational courses for a few months.
Yeah.
We're kind of at the beginning.
We need to know a little bit about what we're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why it really started.
Yeah.
And then we just decided that it was a good opportunity to share some of our experiences.
Yeah.
But also be kind of really, I don't know, authentic and not try and hide behind social media.
Transparent. Which I don't, not to dig anyone up, but there aren't that many people that I don't think at the start that are. It's difficult, I think, to be transparent on social media, and when other people aren't honest, to not look like you're almost falling behind everyone else.
Yeah.
When I guarantee you, if you speak to anyone at networking events, everyone can relate to what you're going through. They just don't say it publicly. But I'm quite a transparent person, so I find it difficult to not be honest about things. So yeah, hopefully people can relate to our struggles and what we have to deal with.
I think also it's quite nice. I think it's quite nice to be able to listen to somebody that's had challenges and difficulties, and also listen to small wins rather than when it's all polished and looks all nice and clean.
I think as well, you can listen to people that are further ahead than you, and they skip so much, like
and then
how
you
they
want
got
to
the
know,
finance.
how did you do that?
Exactly.
There's actually 20 steps before you got to that
Yeah.
point.
Rewind a second and go back to where you found that investor.
Yeah.
Forget the deal.
Yeah.
And
was that from a post? And was that from a conversation?
Yeah.
Did you go to a networking event?
Yeah. Tell me, start
The
from the beginning,
paperwork.
tell me how.
Yeah.
And as well, so much of it is trial and error. Like, there's not a set, this is how you do it.
Oh, let's make you a six-figure salary in 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That'd be 25 grand, please.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to just take out a credit card to pay for that?
Yeah.
Ah, right, yeah.
It's fine. You can get a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remortgage your house. You can live in a tent. Sell it. Yeah, no.
So it's going to be good, this pod.
Yeah. Hopefully it will help save some people as well coming into property, not make
to be
the same
so
mistakes.
scared as well.
Yeah.
Like, not to be so worried, even though I'm probably worried every day. And
I don't feel like that ever goes away.
have an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. Well, like we were saying earlier, it feels at the minute like we're on like a treadmill, working our asses off, but can't actually see where we're going. But we know we're getting somewhere. But it's, I guess, like in any, being self-employed or having any business, you never really know how far along you are in the journey and how close you are to something happening. But you've got to just enjoy the process of it more than the end goal. Like, you've just got to enjoy the journey, which isn't easy every day.
No.
Because there's some days where you just think, just give me a bit. just show me a bit of good. But yeah.
Okay, that's good. So how do we want to talk about this first episode, or what do we want to do on this first episode?
Well, it's January. Do we want to share our goals?
Yeah.
You went through it at the weekend, I think, didn't you?
Yep, so done a few goals that I want to focus on.
Is that property or like personal, both?
Bit of both, because I'm still a person.
You are, yeah.
Not just property obsessed.
No.
So maybe if I share one, then you share one. We could do it like that.
Yeah.
Although, do we actually need to go back and like tell our story a little bit about who we actually are?
We can.
Or do you want to do that after? Like, how do you want this to go?
We can maybe say how we got into it.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to do that first, or should we do goals?
Should we say how we got into it first?
Go for it.
Okay.
Back to the beginning.
From the start of property, I was working in a 9-to-5 job in customer service and sales, and then saved up enough money to buy my own house.
Yep. Like we all do.
Yeah, like everyone tells you to, because that's what everyone should apparently do.
Yeah.
And I think it was, I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I'm pretty sure it was on maybe social media or somewhere online. Obviously, because I've been searching about property and everything, property investment popped up, and obviously fell down the rabbit hole. And it just fell into education, really. I think I read a couple of books, and then saw that the authors did like courses, and yeah, just went on the courses. Luckily, my family's in construction. They've got their own construction company.
Yeah, that's good.
So ran straight to my mum and said, okay, I think we should team up. She was all up for it. And then we became a mother-daughter property team.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm not alone in it, which is good. And yeah, we went on, last year was mainly education, I would say. So we went on several courses. We've got mentors now. And for different aspects of what we do. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, I left my full-time job in the end of October, early November.
Yeah.
So a couple of months ago, and it was a bit of a leap. It was a leap of faith.
That would probably be a full episode that we could probably dive deeper into.
Because I say that to some people and they look at me wide-eyed and think, what the hell have you done? But I guess for people that know me, when I tell them, they're like, good for you. And then when I tell strangers, they're like, you're going to be broke. You're going to live on the street. Well done. But I guess it's just different mindsets. So, but yeah, that's a whole other episode in itself.
That's definitely a whole nother episode.
So, yeah, and now we're here.
Now we're here. Now you're on a pod.
Yeah. What about you?
So I'm still working full time.
Yeah.
At my place of work, which is great. And I have always kind of had property around me with my parents. So I've kind of grown up in that property world.
Yeah.
So I think, when was it? Maybe 4 years ago. So I, like you, saved up, bought my first home, and I was only meant to be there for a couple of years, and then COVID obviously hit.
Yeah.
But the house I looked for, I was always looking for a house that needed to do something, so that I could put some money into it. So, bought a property and then completely renovated it. And then unfortunately COVID hit, so ended up staying there longer than I wanted to. Because the idea was then to buy another one, do the same, keep building up that pot of money. And then probably, when was it? About a year ago now, bought another house. Managed to get a really good deal on it because we happened to know the owners that were selling it. Yeah. So got a good off-market value, and had potential because it used to be rented. So it needed a bit of TLC. Yeah. And had good potential. So that's something that I'm currently working on. But at the same time, which again will probably be another deep dive, I am also with my partner building a house at the same time, which is learning curve altogether because that's been ongoing for 3 years due to planning permission in a conservation area. So again, no idea what I was doing, so we've just figured it out along the way. But I think it was back in, it all merges into one now, September, we decided, right, we need to think about what we're going to do because we really enjoy property. It's great, but what can we do to really push it forward? Yeah. So we signed up to a course, went on the course for 12 weeks. And yeah, again, that'll be another pod that we can probably talk about. And then from then, it's kind of been something that in all my spare time that we've got has been, let's plough all our efforts into property. Yeah. Which, similar to yourself, trying to trying to attract that investor kind of finance to be able to find a project to eventually build up a pot of money to build that portfolio. Yeah. So my journey is a little bit different to yours, and obviously I'm still working full time, which is great. It pays all the bills. Yeah. It's good for like the skill set that I have and need for doing the property on the side.
Yeah.
So I just have to manage my time a little bit differently to what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me.
And okay, goals. So obviously, like I said, we do the property services and currently looking for a flip. So in terms of property, that's just continuing this year, and just trying to expand the properties that we're managing, trying to get some clients on board for project management to help with that cash flow. And just keep looking for flips. The plan is to do several this year. But it's just finding the deals, finding the investors, and working with it as and when things come up. In terms of personal goals, I'd say mine are mainly fitness, because I found that when I start a property, like you say, it kind of takes over your spare time, and you've only got so many hours in the day. So when I was working full time and my job felt quite intense, and then to go to the gym and then maintain a fitness routine and see my friends and then do property as well, there just wasn't enough hours in the day if I wanted to also sleep. So that was kind of the first thing that went, and I'm trying to pick it back up again now, because it helped me when I maintained that fitness routine, just be more productive and think more clearly, and mentally as well, not get so, if you've had a bad day, it doesn't get to you as much when you've been for a run or just a gym session or anything like that. Whereas then when I stopped doing it, things would just get to me so much more, and I get so much more frustrated. So I'm trying to pick that back up again and create, I don't think you can ever really have a balance, but just at least give myself an hour or two each day to go for a walk and get to the gym. So that's my goals.
Okay, that's good.
You?
Very similar on the investor side of things. Always looking for an opportunity, always scrolling through houses, see what there is.
Becomes the new social media.
It does. So would like to look for a flip and find a flip. So that's going to be a focus, but also social media presence, that's one of mine. Trying to build up that reputation, personal brand. Because social media doesn't come easy to me, so it's definitely something I'm trying to learn as well as post. And then also a few personal ones, certainly around not trying to be on my phone as much. So
how's that gonna work?
Going to bed not with my phone. I'm actually reading instead now.
Okay.
So
it helps, doesn't it? I read before bed.
Not having my phone to go on, because before me and Jack would be always on our phones.
You can't sleep.
And I'm like, what am I doing? Anyway, now I will I do have my phone for my alarm at the minute. I'm going to get a separate alarm.
Okay, yeah.
But reading before. So that's going to plan at the moment.
Okay. Is it helping you sleep, or?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't been doing it not long enough.
Yeah.
I will continue going to the gym, so I get up before work to go to the gym. I can't go to the gym after work, as in my full-time job at the moment. I'm not very motivated. I'm more motivated in the morning, get it done, and then I'm set up for the day.
Okay.
So keep doing that. And then actually for Christmas, my sister and her boyfriend bought us an ice bath.
Merry Christmas.
So I actually wrote it down that I need to start using the ice bath. It's not.
I thought you were going to say I wrote it down on like my Christmas list.
No.
I was thinking, why did you do that to yourself?
No, it's been bought for us.
Okay.
And I think I might have mentioned it in the summer, like, that would be a really good thing to do, right?
In the summer, yeah.
Yeah, but But now, I'm not too sure. Anyway, it's been blown up.
Yep.
It's ready to go. It's just not been used. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I hear there's good benefits to cold water therapy, so we'll see.
I think there is. I don't think
I'll
I'd
let you
use
know.
it. The thought of it doesn't make me spring out of bed.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it'd wake me up.
Yeah, oh yeah, you'd be awake.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know on that one, see how that one goes.
How long do you have to stay in it for?
Well, I think you have to build up very slowly, like
Otherwise you go into shock.
Probably, because it's
Right.
all about controlling your breathing as well.
I would hyperventilate. I would panic. I hate being cold anyway, let alone...
No, so do I. But
Oh.
so anyway, I'm wondering maybe the benefits will outweigh the negatives. But yeah,
I'm going to stick to running, but you let me know how that goes.
yeah. The thing is, I like running, but I can only really run at the weekend because otherwise it's dark at the minute. I don't like running in the dark on my
True.
own. So I only can run at weekends. So I like to get the gym done, and I've got my evenings to kind of crack on with work again. So work finishes and then work starts.
Yeah. Literally just two different
They're just two different
domains
things.
of life.
Yeah, but I suppose also it does help that you can schedule posts as well. So that is good because you don't need to think about that when you've done it at the weekend.
Exactly. You set up for the week.
Yeah.
What else do we need to talk about? Mindset. Anything that's helped you recently in terms of...
Well, we were meant to prep for this, right? So you got me on the spot here.
Yeah.
So next week I'm going to be way more prepared, or I'm going to ask you. I would probably say around mindset is around comparing. Okay? So not even just business, also personally as well.
Oh, really?
Just don't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
Because the impact that can have is mega.
I think that comes with being on social media.
It certainly
so
does.
much.
Yeah.
You're around it all the time. It's difficult to snap yourself out of it or even realize you're doing it half the time.
Yeah. And that's when you go down a little rabbit hole and you then think, oh my gosh, am I doing enough? Am I not? I should be doing that. Oh, I'm not there. Why am I not there?
Yeah.
And then this whole cloud of negativity comes over you and you're like, oh, I
But
feel
the reality of
rubbish.
it is you're comparing yourself against someone that's on like chapter 35
Yes.
and you're on chapter 2.
Yes.
So it's not a fair comparison.
No. And that's that mindset piece. Like, no, pull yourself back.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're in your lane. You're on step 2 of that.
Yeah,
whatever you
exactly.
said.
And it's your lane as well. It's how you want to do it. Some people jump straight in they don't get the education. They buy the first property and then hope that it works out. Whereas the thought of doing that for me is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But some people do that. They'd rather just jump in and figure it out. Whereas I'd rather do all the learning beforehand and be confident that I'm making the right decision. But everyone's different. So
yeah, that's my mindset thing around trying to recognize when I am comparing myself.
Yeah.
And actually say to myself, what are you doing? Stop.
Yeah.
And just thinking, no, I'm doing what I need to do. And I'm ticking off what I need to do, achieving those little quick wins.
Yeah.
Taking one step at a time. And then I'll probably, hopefully, be somebody aspiration that they're like, oh, well, she's done it. And that's all part of this pod as well.
That's it. I think I'm really bad as well for I never celebrate the little wins. And I get told off so much for it by like my mum, my mentor, because I'm terrible. I'll say something that maybe to someone else is quite a big thing. And they're like, oh, what are you going to do to celebrate? And I'm like, what you want about? Celebrate what? I don't even see it as being a good thing. But
Maybe we need to discuss that on the pod.
Yeah.
Little wins.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I'd be absolutely terrible at it. I'd probably sit here and be like, I've done nothing.
I'm going to make you write them down.
Yeah. A journal.
Yeah.
But yeah, just recognising it. Otherwise, you literally think you're getting nowhere when you look back at, because you look at or I tend to anyway, you look at everything as a whole and you think, well, I need to get there. And I'm nowhere near.
Yeah, but isn't this the conversation that we had in the coffee shop? We had this conversation, and then that's when we said we're going to do a podcast from the start of a journey.
Yeah.
Because we're comparing ourselves to those people that are doing super, super well, which is fantastic for them.
Yeah.
But we're making ourselves feel rubbish by comparing ourselves.
Yeah.
And there's probably other people that might be intimidated to start, or they may be feeling like they're not going anywhere or not getting anywhere, and that's why we started this.
Exactly. Yeah, literally my mum was that person as well. It wasn't until I essentially dragged her into it. She wanted to, but she was too nervous that she'd fail, whereas I was like, if we fail, then at least we tried. Yeah. But yeah, we can get her on and she can talk about that herself. But oh yeah, mum's mindset is completely different to mine. She's a lot more, she says she's a realist. I say she's a pessimist. She will bring out the negativity in any situation and then I'll have to flip it on its head all the time. But
that's a good combo though.
Yeah, there's a balance, because a lot of the time I get too enthusiastic about things as well, and then she's like, rein it back. Let's just dial it down, just concentrate. But that's why you have obviously people with different, I don't know whether like you and Jack as well have different balances with what you're good at. And
yeah, I think that we need to move at like 50 miles per hour all the time.
I'm the same.
Literally all the time.
Yeah.
And we need to tick every single goal
when
off.
something isn't being done, when I'm asleep, I'm like, I am so lazy right now. I could be working. It's so bad.
That's actually
the guilt.
So true. I can't sit still. Don't really like it. Feel bad.
Yeah.
So you ask any of my friends, they're like, do you ever have any time where you just don't do anything? I'm like, no.
Because the brain's constantly ticking and it's annoying.
Yeah.
To just sit and listen to my thoughts and think, I need to do that and I need to do that. And I'd rather just get it done.
Yeah.
I can't wait until Monday.
This is going to be a good pod.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. So we would really appreciate any new supporters if you could maybe drop us some messages about what you might want to hear on this podcast. If there's a particular subject that you're interested in, then just let us know. But yeah, we've got some things coming up which will be quite exciting that we're going to talk about, and we will be, when are we releasing? Mondays are our day. Yeah.
Start off the week right.
Yes, listen to us.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh, hopefully it's good. Hopefully we've got nice energetic voices for you to start your week and it doesn't depress you. So.
Yeah. Dialing this energy up.
Yeah.
Fab.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think maybe for our first one we might be
say we call it a day and then wait for the next episode.
Yeah. So we'd really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and what? Like, subscribe, follow us.
Is that the options on all the platforms?
Well, we're going to be on YouTube, so that's a subscribe.
Yeah.
We've got our Instagram.
Yeah.
Our Instagrams,
all the grams.
All the grams.
Yeah.
Follow and like the podcast platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
and
that.
Subscribe. Yeah, just do that.
Just do all of it. All of any button you can see, click it.
Yeah, we'd really appreciate that.
Yeah. And give us some ideas.
Yeah. So we'll see everyone next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.